Hey, it's the Chubby Bartender Podcast with your host, Jason Gillum and Chad Reynolds, with a special guest each week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Man, I'll tell you, wife and I are looking at maybe buying a house, selling ours, getting a new one, don't know what to sell it for, don't really know how much we want to pay for the new one, where we're going to go. I'll tell you about Strauss.
Well, Chad, I tell you who to call. Come with me. I'm Chris O'Boyle. How can I help you?
Hey, Chris, I hear you're the man to see. I'm trying to list my house.
Let's go talk.
Great.
Hey, we're back.
Hey.
All right.
Hey, we're back with a guest.
We got a guest. It's
been a minute.
podcast time.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
It is. We had to get some chair reinforcements, so we got him in here.
Oh.
Got the door wide
Man,
now.
I'll tell you what, dude, that's hardcore, man.
Well, we're going to get him going right off the rip.
I mean, the man is our guest.
I know. So that's why.
Just
that's
no manners around.
No manner, no cue.
I mean, look at us. We're drinking whiskey out of high stem wine glasses.
We forgot to do the
so I
dishes.
mean, so we're classy as hell around here.
Well, this is my last night because Fatty and I are back at it.
Well, hell, whiskey's good for you. You don't have to worry about calories in this. I mean, what you need to put away is that Busch Light, bro.
Yeah, I know. It's a nice little chaser, though. Yeah. Nice little chaser. We got some guys to talk about. Him being one of them.
Let's talk about that, man. Let's talk about what this guy does.
Yeah.
He's a.
You're here. What would you like to say?
About what?
Geiger Brothers Construction.
Geiger Brothers. Our
Over on
favorite
Ralph
sponsor.
Street in Jackson, 740-286-0800.
That's very good. That's,
Yeah.
that's an easy one to remember. Nothing. I just I appreciate what you guys do. I'm glad to be a sponsor.
We appreciate you, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We hope you like it.
We're just we try and be best in class at what we do. Construction. General mechanical contractor. We got a sister company, McAvoy Geiger, out of Columbus, based out of Columbus. We do commercial HVAC service.
Commercial HVAC. Are you doing any residential?
Nope. Trying to get away from that.
Okay.
We do. We call it friends and family. Right, we'll do it for friends and family, but we're trying to get away from that a little bit.
Like if Pudge or I needed help, like
he'd be on his own. Yeah. Although we could probably, he'd want to pay in pizza or something.
Okay.
But no, we just try and be best in class at what we do. We've got great staff, great craft people. There's not much we can't do. We just picked up an electrical license, and we've got a couple people doing that kind of work for us now as well for special projects, small projects. So we're pretty much turnkey across the board. So any kind of industrial, commercial type work.
Yeah. That one, yeah. Take it out of the way there.
Yeah. Hey, and guys, their portfolio speaks for itself.
Oh, yeah.
Go look at some of their work.
Yeah. Google their work. I'm sure it's online, isn't it? You probably,
It is.
Yep.
It is.
What's your website?
www.geigerbrothers.com.
Geiger Brothers
EIGER Brothers.com.
So look them up.
Yep.
Who else we got to talk about here while we're...
Hey, I'll tell you what, man.
Let's who would you like to talk about next?
As far as
Yeah.
sponsors, I go right to the guy that's probably going to help me beat your ass.
Here we go.
Brad Mudd?
Here we go. Oh,
Brad Mudd. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Brad Mudd of the Jackson Oak Hill Wells.
McDonald's.
They've got their own spot out there for you to pull in. There's like a 1, 2, 3 and Pudge.
Oh, it's you know what, man? That app is the greatest invention
Ever.
And Ray Kroc's been dead a long time, so I mean, hell, I'll give Munn credit.
We're
going to
give Munn credit for the McDonald's app.
The McDonald's app, phenomenal.
If you don't have it, download it.
Used it today.
Guarantee it.
Yeah.
No, now he's done the 2-cone deal. He said that somebody he said he was walking through the parking lot and somebody stopped and said, "Whose idea was this?" And he said, "Well, it was mine."
Yeah.
Puts a lot of pressure
He's
on
like,
you
hey,
to
man,
pull into the
yeah.
right lane.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that's a lot of pressure right
Hey,
Right up the
I'll tell you one thing, man. I just use that app, and I just
I'll never
ignore
see it
those
again.
cones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had the app, you'd never have to go
How
to
many
those
times a
cones
day
again.
you use it?
A bunch.
Yeah.
At least once a day.
Yeah.
But not till June 1st.
Henceforth. Now, Brad, I'll hold you up, buddy.
Yeah.
I'll continue.
I can eat healthy there.
Sure.
People
Oh, yeah.
don't. You can eat
Absolutely.
healthy
Oh,
at McDonald's.
absolutely.
Look at Brian.
Yeah.
My God, he's a stick.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Brats,
nobody's inviting
Brats,
him into
Sarah.
a competition.
No. So hey, and if you do eat at one of the McDonald's and you need to lose a few extra pounds, like Fatty over here did to beat me with this competition.
Yeah.
The last time, not this time. This time he's going down. They go see our buddy AP Prep over there at Chillicothe, Ohio. I'll let you speak on it a little
Yeah,
bit.
he's been known to team up.
Yeah.
I mean, I just came from there, right? I never stopped going after we
You
we
gained
had our last
26
one.
pounds. You must have stopped on the way to eat.
He's thrown on a lot of muscle. Thrown on a lot of
It is.
muscle.
It's turn-
You
yeah,
should.
he's-
You
they're
should
turning
do
into
this.
muscle.
Yeah, a lot of
Actually, we're not
muscle.
going to talk. We're not going to let you talk about it because you've been going there. You still gained 26 pounds.
No, I mean it's their first class. Their first class.
They are.
He runs a good show. I think
Well,
last time I was here, I talked about it a little bit. They've got great
Yeah.
coaches. They run a clean gym.
Very clean, Jim. Very.
A lot of diverse people to go there.
Yep.
So it's not just. I mean,
And
All
if you're,
shapes and sizes.
and if you're like us and you're a dad, he's got the stuff for your kids too.
absolutely, a lot of people do that. So I saw. I mean, there's a couple people from Jackson that actually their kid will be working out and they'll do the boxing class.
Yeah.
I see them up there. I saw them tonight. So there's people who do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
and
and
they offer the times too.
Yeah, well, and the other thing is, it's very convenient. And the other thing that I think needs to be mentioned, state of the art equipment.
Oh,
I
boy,
mean,
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
at the top
Yep.
level of equipment. You're
Well,
not going to go anywhere where they got nicer stuff.
I'm joining Team AP Prep this time. I'm not going to let you beat me with that team.
Are you going to try to get your own man over there? Who you
Yeah.
going to go for? Gabe Griffiths or?
Oh yeah, I
or
like
what?
old Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's your boy over there, Ben?
Well, typically Gabe does the boxing.
Well, you can't have Gabe.
Ben does it. Well, he does it for everybody.
Maybe you better go with Drew Irvin then.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I'm going to have to get me a representative.
Yeah,
Over there.
yeah.
We'll see if Prater will light us out. Yeah.
But yeah, in the morning, there's two classes in the morning, 4:50 and 6, and then there's the evening classes at 5:30. So they give you a lot of different times.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and if you do get healthy, come see me, Gillum Insurance. Life insurance rates right now. I just issued $250,000 yesterday on a guy with no physical.
That's awesome, dude.
So,
and you know what? That was one thing I wanted to bring up. Like, if you're a guy that started in January and really held true to the New Year's resolution,
Yep, and you're healthy.
maybe you're 20 pounds lighter,
Yeah, this
30
is the
pounds
time.
lighter. Hey, right now is
You've
the
quit
time.
smoking or chewing?
It's on sale today.
This guy was 44, 250,000. I got him in at as low as $18.
Wow, did he weigh 120 pounds?
He was 190.
That's good, dude.
Yeah.
He's obviously in good shape.
He's 5'9".
That's awesome, man.
That was standard rate.
Hey, that's great
No
rates.
physical.
I'm telling you what, man. No physical requirements. That's unreal.
Yeah, it was pretty good. He ended up going with the plan that was a little bit higher than that, but I think I could have got him as low as either 14 or 18.
That's great.
But
Yeah, call this Gillum Insurance.
740-395-0357. So call that. Farm insurance is hot right now. Auto rates, they're okay right now. Home rates are good. Auto rates are good.
Hey, dude, they're all going to go
They're
up
all
and
going
down.
to go up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you probably will see some raise in insurance with this, the stimulus that's come out and stuff. I think that stuff seems to all kind of go together. They'll stay competitive. But we haven't announced a rate increase. But I'm telling you, with the country in the shape we're doing, what it's doing right now, everything's being so volatile.
Yeah.
Just over the last few years, you just never know where rates are going
Buy
to be.
now, lock it in.
Yeah. Get it if you can get it cheap now. Get it. Yeah. But anyway, so we got Fat Massie with us here tonight. We'll talk a little bit.
A return visit. One of our
One of the
favorite guys.
few
that
has been a
We've had
two-timer.
very few repeats, but that's something we're going to try to start doing. We're bringing back
Bo.
favorites.
Has Bo been twice? Bo was in at the stock room, and he's filled in here.
Yeah, he's filled in, but he's not been a guest.
Not been a
twice.
guest.
Yeah.
And-
Jimmy Dan came with Donnelly there.
Jimmy Dan was co-host.
Co-host.
Yeah, he was.
See, I don't think
Yeah.
I think that Scott Massey is the first
Lance.
repeat. Oh, Lance, but he wasn't by himself.
Wasn't by himself. No.
He was representing the Southern Ohio Stallions. the
Yeah,
first
you might
time.
be the first.
He
And-
is the first.
And you
repeat
are our
privilege.
second highest YouTube view count. So you got what, 1556? You said
Something like that.
something like that.
A lot of people tuned in to hear you admit defeat.
Yeah, I'd say that was
I think
a
it
piece
probably
of
wasn't me. It's
well,
probably
I think it was a piece of it. But I also think, Scott, like you're very low key popular. Like you're trying to act like you're not.
Yeah.
You're trying to play it down.
it is.
It's very low key popular.
Yeah, he sponsors a lot of stuff.
Yeah, he does. He's very low key popular. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Maybe
I think he resonated with
If
folks.
things
He told some good stories, man.
Well, he did. You know, he did. Yeah, he beat me fair and square. You know, especially that last day whenever he had that team of people come down and basically suck the fat out of him.
He pulled out all the stops.
He
man.
did.
He was like, "Hey, look, man, I am going for the win."
Yep.
So what are you going to do this time? You know, it didn't work last time. What you did? You going to change it up? Or are you staying the same?
Dude, you went hard last time. Like honestly, like man, you
Not hard
completely
enough,
changed.
apparently.
You completely changed your diet.
And I said I'd never do this again too.
Yeah. When you were here
I
last
said
time, you're
I'd
like
never-
this.
no,
Hey,
no.
hey, you guys shook hands. You're like, hey, never again.
It's like Michael Jordan coming out of retirement.
Yeah, yeah. Here you
I'm-
are.
I'm pretty mad
How
at
many
myself.
times? How many times are we gonna do it? Yeah.
You know what I can't figure out? I can't figure out. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, I haven't necessarily done anything bad since we did it. I mean, the one thing I've kind of backed off on a lot is my exercise, but I'm still eating relatively good.
You're eating the same thing, aren't you?
Pretty
Are you still
much.
doing the one meal a day
Yeah,
thing?
I still do one meal a day.
That's what I thought.
My problem is, I was telling these guys before you got here, I have a bad problem. Bad problem.
Okay, and
I like to get up about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. Now that I'm going to bed earlier,
oh yeah,
about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning,
yeah.
especially with Easter and Valentine's Day.
A lot of chocolate
A
downstairs.
lot of candy downstairs. Boy, I'll go down there, get me a big old handful of candy, glass of milk to the face.
That's funny, dude. Like, you know what, man? Like candy in our house, like that does absolutely nothing for me.
It didn't
man.
me for a long time, and now all of a sudden it does.
Now, if there's frozen pizzas in the fridge,
At 2 o'clock in the morning
Doesn't matter.
anytime,
what
I generally don't wake up in the middle of the night and eat.
to eat, I'll get up,
I'm
take a couple
way
scoops
too
of
lazy.
peanut butter to my face.
I'm way too lazy. I'm not. You don't see me walking around the house in the middle of the night. Now, you know, and I would advise you, like, hey, pass on
that.
going to bed early. I mean, just stay up.
Well, I would still eat it. The difference is I was just awake
Well, just be
before.
awake. Be awake, because I don't like that. Like you're not really in control of yourself if you're half asleep, dude.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah,
I mean, you're half conscious.
That's what it is, Mindy.
And you're down there loading calories.
not me.
Yeah, I can't help myself. Yeah, it's like I'm half asleep. This is what the inner me wants.
yeah.
You know, it's
So I'm not going to go. I guess I'm disappointed in myself in the fact that why have I gained 27 pounds?
Well, you know, I didn't stop exercising, so I go usually 3 times a week to box, and then on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday in the evening, and then on Tuesday and Friday morning, I go and I lift. You know, I don't do much cardio.
so you're driving chili every day.
I'm driving to Waverly for the weightlifting. I go over to S&S,
Okay, Letha.
to Letha, right?
She's good.
She's very good. She got 80 pounds off me 10 years ago, and
Well, I know those pictures, that highlight reel that you like to bring out from your third divorce.
listen to you guys. Here's the deal. You
third
guys
divorce
have
from my
had
first-
you
from
guys
my
have
wife.
had so many weight loss competitions that like now you feel like you got to be loyal to all the people that helped you. It's like
Well,
I
I
can't
do
just
it
go
by
to the same
myself.
place. Like you're like well, okay, Prater helped me this time, but like Letha.
Well, you
the
see
last
what
time,
he's
like
doing.
I got to go give her a couple.
You
days.
see what he does? He has to have a team. Okay, so it's me against the
Well,
world.
it's a smart man. I mean, look, man.
But Friday nights we get pizza. You know, I never used to do that. It's it's kind of Kayla and I. That's pizza night. And then
So do
Saturday,
you think that's what the
Saturday-
difference
Jesus Christ,
is?
how much pizza you eat?
And then Saturday we usually go out, and I like to a couple martinis
Sure.
and a nice
Yeah.
meal. And
Yeah.
You been drinking beer or whiskey?
when I go out, it's typically I'll drink a dirty martini, dirty Tito's.
Dirty martini.
dirty Tito's.
You like that olive juice?
Yeah, and a blue cheese. Yep.
Yeah. Ooh, blue cheese olives.
Yeah.
You like
yeah,
that?
Yeah.
Really? I've never had
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
dude. Hey, I
Dirty Tito's. That's the
like
that's
if
the
it
pick.
sounds, you know, honestly, like when I first heard about, you know, I went out. It was the person I worked with, and we went out, and she said, "I want a dirty martini. You can't make it dirty enough." And I'm like, "Damn, man, is this? I mean, whoo." And then she was telling me like, well, it's blue cheese and the olive juice in there, you know.
Like blue cheese?
Blue cheese
Yeah,
olives, and then olive juice makes it dirty.
Makes it dirty, yeah. Like
Cloudy.
And see, like my thing was like she had made fun of me in the very same thing because I went in there. She's like, "Let's go get martinis," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
You just thought that meant drinks.
Well, no. So I was trying to play the game. I go in there and I said, "I'll have a vodka martini with a lemon twist," and she looked at me like. Yeah, I was from another planet. She goes, I said we were going for martinis. And you completely twisted the drink, and you're ordering a vodka martini? That does not exist, is what she said.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, but I don't like blue cheese, and I don't like olives.
Yeah,
and she's like, well, you know what?
Try it.
Yeah, she's like, are you telling me you're not adventurous?
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, hell with it. Make me one the same as hers. And believe it or not,
They're good.
I'm not a blue cheese guy, not an olive guy, but I'm the guy, if I'm going to drink a martini, I want it dirty as hell.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
That's what you like.
Yeah, that's my go-to. Every now and then, old-fashioned, but typically dirty martini.
I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to have to switch over to,
Now, the vodka's a little bit better, or the gin's a little bit better. Either one's a little bit better for you than probably the bourbon. I mean,
Yeah.
calorie-wise.
Gin's
If
in
it's
martini.
clear,
Yeah.
I mean.
You can order a vodka martini or
With Tito's vodka, yeah.
So now you order vodka martinis.
I do.
then. So I
I
wasn't that foreign,
No,
right?
no,
I mean,
no,
I'm
no,
not that
no.
far out. Like, do you disagree with her take?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Because when I order dirty Tito's. That's what I say.
Oh, okay.
That's
So
what I-
you,
that's
so
what I
you're
order.
looking at
Yeah.
you
That's
want
dirty
vodka.
Tito's.
Yeah.
You're to hell with that gin.
Fuck that.
And, like you'll take the vermouth.
allowed to say that?
No, gin.
Yeah, you're not.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not. You're
I've
a sponsor. You said
lately, I've been doing that bad on here. So you prefer it also with.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I'm not
I'm glad.
not a big gin guy.
I'm so glad to hear that.
I think most people nowadays are probably the martinis or vodka. Honestly,
Thank you.
You know, I went down to
That's
Nashville a few
validation,
weeks-
dude.
or
Because I didn't think I was that far off
you're
base.
not. You're not.
about a month ago, and they were all drinking water and tequila.
Where?
Nashville.
Okay.
And I with lime
Jeez,
or
man.
with like a splash of lime juice. They would get a glass of water,
Yeah.
like a 16-ounce glass.
Like
of water.
was it a tequila water back?
Well,
Like,
yeah, it'd be
so
a,
they're chasing.
no,
it's not mixed.
not a water back. No, it was mixed.
Oh.
So they would take a double shot of Patron or
Yeah,
just
yeah.
any tequila,
Sure.
and throw it in a 16-ounce glass with ice water, a lime on top, and then dash that thing with lime juice. Your
Never heard of that, man.
And it was actually, I mean, and the next
I
day
do the same thing with whiskey. No
Yeah.
lime, but
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was just 16-ounce glass, and I thought that tequila will pack a little bit more punch, give you a little bit more red face feel. You know?
Yeah.
A
Make
little
you
warm
puke.
feel. Yeah,
Yeah.
But I like that. I might go to that.
Okay.
Tequila wouldn't be bad. I
No,
don't
it
think,
wouldn't be horrible. Wouldn't be horrible.
especially with the water.
Yeah.
I think that
Probably
if
need
you
a
look
snack
at
with
your clear liquors, I mean, we'd have to consult Prater on this, but I think that's much lower calorie.
You don't know that, Dr. Reynolds?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you, the problem that I run into with that is that I don't really worry about it that much. Like,
Yeah.
I what I know is...
Well, now there was a secret ploy before you got here.
We were going to try and drag you into this.
No, I wasn't.
yeah.
It was his idea.
Nah,
He said we got to get
Tyler's
Chad into
idea.
this. Yeah,
I've lost as much weight as what I can. I mean,
you're very happy.
I go through phases. Like, I'll probably drop more. Like I've been down this. I've been eating great this week. I've been walking. Yeah. It'll fall off.
That's
like
why I got to get back into the exercise.
my thing is like what I try to stay away from is committing publicly to things.
Yeah.
Like I like to
avoid
be
that.
my own motivator, and sometimes I win. Most of the time, I lose. But I mean, what I've always said about myself, what I need to do, like when they hit me with like, "Hey, dude, you're a type 2 diabetic." 6 months, I lost 100 pounds. Yeah. So like, I can do it. Yeah. But like, my thing is like, what I've got to work on is I've got to make myself. I've got to take like the accountability that I take to work every day, like in sales. If I could ever put that into, hey man, lose weight.
Yeah.
So what?
I'd be the skinniest prick walking around. Like I just can't seem to do it.
So I was going to say that's an interesting point. So I think we probably all are very good at what we do business wise, right, or occupation wise. very focused.
Yep.
Sure.
How does that not translate?
You would
How
think.
does that not
I
translate?
think you burn out during a day.
That's what I mean. Like you would think that like guys, and this is something that I've always thought about, like because you know what, like take it back to like when we were in I don't know, like let's say you're talking about football or tennis or whatever you did, like when you were young and you were focused on it.
You were young, totally different.
Well, you didn't have anything else to focus on.
Well, you had energy.
Okay, and I mean, dude, I was all about it then.
Yeah.
Now I didn't have to worry about nutrition because I was burning so many calories a day. I didn't
Your
think about
metabolism's so
right.
so on fire
Right.
back those
But
days.
then, like you look at yourself like as a professional, like man, dude. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I mean, Jesus. Like if I'm at the backside of the sales report, like I'm not living with myself.
Yeah, me neither.
Like if I'm not making a positive impact on what we're
So
doing,
I'm not in top 10. I guess.
like I'm out. And why can't I take that to being
You think it's a comfort thing? You get home, you turn it off, and you want to be.
well,
comfort thing?
here's my theory, okay, and tell me what you guys think. My theory is like I think you can only go so hard. I think you can only go hard in so many things at once. Like I mean, you know what I fall victim to a lot of times. Like if I'm going hard, let's say I've had a great quarter, okay, then I start thinking, well, I mean, good job, Chad. I mean, I think, hey, Chad, you deserve a little reward.
You deserve a 19-inch pizza. By yourself.
Yeah, let's enjoy this. Yeah, you know what? And why order it without eating it all by ourselves?
Yeah.
Or like, hey, man, really, you've probably earned at least 12 beers tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, you've really busted your ass this week. Good job for you and your family, pal. I mean,
I think it's
I don't know. I mean, do you think that's it?
Yeah,
Like,
I think it's one
you can
word.
only focus on,
it's one word, it's discipline.
well, yeah, exactly.
Because and I think your habits, like I've noticed, like whenever I gain weight, I'm being lazy. Like I just come home, I've been playing guitar, eating whatever I want.
Well, but are you lazy or like I mean I think it's important too for your well-being. Okay, look, I know that getting fat sucks and it's not good for your health and everything, but like, man, you've kind of got to give your brain a little bit of a downtime, or
it's a half hour. You could go give.
You're
that-
right. You're exactly
You
right.
could go give yourself a half hour of
and
intensity.
why can I not work that into my schedule?
So I'm not.
Why can
That's
I not
interesting
re-
you say
work
that because you never leave a workout and think to yourself, "Oh boy, I wish I would not have done that." right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
When I roll out of Waverly or Chillicothe,
You're
I never
glad.
think.
All right,
man,
so Scott, let's talk about that a minute. All right, obviously you didn't do that for years,
yeah.
but you've got yourself into a routine starting like last year with the weight
Yep. In
loss
August.
competition.
Yeah,
Is that kind of when it started?
Yeah, and I enjoy it.
And you've maintained that.
Yeah.
But like you kind of made that a habit, correct? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I want to go
How
do
hard was that to do?
It wasn't once you got started. I mean, if you
But you do it
once
in the
you
morning.
once you go a week, your body starts.
You do it
to,
in the morning, and that's the habit that I need to get into.
Well,
I
I do Prater in the evening. I do Waverly in the morning.
Now,
Okay.
do you feel like, all right, let's say you put one off or you miss one.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your day's not complete? Like, do you feel sluggish that day, or do you feel like
Yeah.
shit?
No,
if
you feel-
don't?
you feel-
Like,
you
is
feel-
it a part of your routine
Yeah,
now?
you want to do it. You want to do it. You want to do it.
But then, do you look forward to the weekends where you're like,
I
all right,
do.
hell with it, I can sleep in. I'm
So,
not doing this.
tomorrow morning, I'll be done at, we usually start about 5:15. I'll be done at 6:15, 6:30. And I think the first thing I think to myself is, I'm done for the rest of the weekend, right?
And that's
I know-
motivating.
And I know tonight's pizza night, right? And I know tomorrow, hey, we're going to go up to Chillicothe and go to our kitchens. We're going to go to Columbus and go out to eat. And then Sunday, we're going to have some ice cream,
All right, so how's that going to change, dude?
Well,
I mean,
I have to obviously just
but I
not
mean,
do that.
but like, look,
that's what I look
here's the
forward
deal,
to.
though, dude. Here's the deal. You got a wife, right? And she's in the routine. She's like, hey, man, all right, Friday night's pizza night.
Yep.
Saturday night, we're going to go out to dinner someplace cool.
Yep.
and she's a genetic freak that just never gets.
Well, yeah, like she's not going to get fat no matter what she does.
Yeah.
She's not.
So, like, what?
No,
like,
she'll be right. She'll be right there with me. She'll meal prep. She'll help me meal prep.
all right, so, like, will you guys quit going
Another
out
member
to
of the
eat?
team.
We probably will still go out. I'll just have to order different. We won't have dessert, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I
Probably.
never eat dessert out.
Well, in any restaurant, like one thing I'll say,
We always
like,
share one at the end.
this day and age, Joe, right now, any restaurant you go to, like there are options that you can choose.
absolutely, yeah.
Like every restaurant's smart enough. Like they got the keto friendly. They've got you go all
Something.
protein. You can. I
Salad.
mean, dude, yeah, you can do something. I mean, but that's a discipline factor too. Because like you roll into a restaurant, you go to your favorite restaurant, in Columbus or something. Like I roll up there and I'm like, damn, I really want those noodles. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I do is like, try to talk to myself, hey, self, that's probably not the best move.
Yeah.
But damn, I want those
And
noodles.
see, my wife fixes noodles every single day of her life. That's what she does. She's horrible to diet with. Horrible. I love her. She's a great cook, but she is horrible to diet with.
I'll tell you what, man, the bad thing about me, and this is what I've got to work on, I am just not a guy that is about restriction
Yeah.
of any kind.
Okay. Well,
And
I just want
that's
to feel
horrible.
good. I just want to feel
Yeah.
good. And the reason I think, the reason you're on board with this, because you were a hard no 6 months ago on doing this again.
Oh yeah, I was a hard no. I would not have. I walked into
yeah.
a stock room and I was like, nah, this is it. I ain't
Yeah.
doing this. Don't ever call me again.
Yeah. And, but I don't want to get back up to it. I'm still under,
And it's almost like you need the competition in order to do it.
Well, here's
I
the
mean,
thing, though, guys.
which
I
is
mean,
wrong. I mean,
like
it shouldn't be that way.
Well, but if you guys take a step back, okay, you're sitting there like, man, we put on 20 pounds or whatever. But like, look, if you're rational about it, it's not like you guys have just fucking blown up again. You know what I mean? Now,
I'm
now
pretty
maybe,
close.
Now
I'm
maybe,
pretty
maybe,
close to what I'm only 5 pounds off of what I was. I was 253.8. Now that was in shorts and a t-shirt.
Now maybe you guys are. Maybe it's making you nervous. Like you're like, but like Scott. Like if you're working out every day, doing that. Like I mean, like there's got to be some of it where you're just kind of like, well, man. I mean, my metabolism is what it is. I should maybe watch it a little closer. But like,
Yeah, I was gonna say we were talking, earlier. I'm 57 this year, and if I don't eat under 1,500 calories, there's no chance of me losing weight. If I don't eat under 1,500 calories,
like you've got to
and work out, then
out.
I will not lose weight.
If I don't exercise, I can eat good all I want to. If I don't exercise, I'm out.
Well, where is like what's the magic number for you guys? All right, like
220 for me.
Okay.
You're wanting to get under 2.
Yeah, I felt good at 195. Yeah. That was, like I said, that was 10 years ago. So
So you want to get back to 195?
I'd like to be under 200.
And then like it shifts from hey, I'm in losing weight mode to maintenance mode.
Yeah.
And you think that becomes a lifelong objective of like, look, this is how many calories I eat a day.
Well, here's what the realization is. We don't eat good.
Well, I was going to say 80%. What they say, 80% food, 20% your exercise.
Yeah. Or 90-10.
I was going to say it's hard to get the 80% right.
Especially here. In the way that we were all brought up down here, home cooking meals and the whole bit.
yeah.
I mean, we eat more than what most people. I go to my buddies that live in big cities, and I'll go out to dinner with them, and they'll get like a crouton and a.
Oh yeah.
And I'm
they
like-
got those little small plate
And
specials.
I'm looking
and
down the
shit.
menu
Yeah.
to see how much food I can get for the money. Like, okay, which one of these is the one that gives me the most?
Well, I'll tell you. I mean, one of the toughest things. I mean, it's actually been easier for me this year with COVID and shit. Like, man, when you're on the road traveling all the time, I mean, I challenge you, man. It's tough not to eat like hell. It really is. I mean,
You'd have to have all your meals prepped, right?
Yeah,
And take
yeah.
them with you.
Yeah.
And that's just not realistic.
No, it isn't.
Because you got to refrigerate them, or you got to have a place to put them. So, I mean,
well,
what
and
you do, it'd be
you're in the
tough.
same boat. Like, I guarantee you, when you travel, I don't know how much you travel. You probably don't travel that much.
Well, I'm
but,
in
like,
Columbus a couple times a week.
Yeah.
That's
like, and then when you do, like, there might be times, like, I don't know, like with my job, there's going to be like some meet and greets and stuff. Like, you're taking people out to happy hours. You're doing this. Like, what am I going to do? Be like,
hang on while I get my celery.
Let me go grab some cellary and
broccoli.
Well, I think that's what you got to do.
and hey, bring me a Sprite.
I do. That's what everybody else does. If a skinny guy does that, nobody says anything.
You're right. I mean, you're right.
I don't know.
But
Well,
I'm just, I
kicking
mean,
his ass all I know
it's
this
just
time.
tough. It's just tough. Like if you're trying to, like build a relationship with folks like customers or something like that. Maybe I'm getting way off track here, but like, man, are you going to be the guy that's like, hey, man, give me a water and some carrots? You know, I mean, dude, that just doesn't fly. Yeah.
You're right. I mean, and to build a relationship, it's going to be, you're going to be in an atmosphere.
You're going to break bread, dude. I mean, you got to sit down.
You're going to play some golf, or you're going to go out to
Drink
eat,
beer.
or you're going to go fishing, or you're going to go do something. With your customer. And, and it's not a great situation.
It's a trade-off.
Well.
And so, and here's where I miss. Like, I feel like you got to go heavy on one side or the other, right? Like, if you're going to do what I'm doing, then I need to up my exercise regime. Like, I got to start burning.
I think
as
the only
many
way
calories is what I'm taking.
at our age, at the stage of this game that we're all in.
It's all about intake, is what you're
well,
saying.
that, and you got to get up and you got to get it out of the way.
In the morning. I agree.
Because especially with kids, I mean, your kids are out of the house.
I'm out of that.
But I mean, right now.
Agree. Totally.
You're not going to.
In the evenings,
You're
dude.
never going to get in a habit if you do it in the evenings.
You two can't do it in the evenings.
No, there's no time, man. Everybody starts coming home from school and work or whatever. Like, it's out.
Football games and.
Well, and here's the thing that I've done it for periods of time, but I've never leveraged is like when I'm traveling and staying in a hotel, why in the hell am I not down there in the workout
in the
room,
gym,
on the treadmill or on the stair stepper for at least 30 minutes and then, hey, get back up there. I mean, why am I not doing that? I mean,
discipline.
It is.
Just
I
discipline.
mean, you know what? I'm lazy. I mean, there's no other way to say it, dude. I mean,
I'll say it. I'm lazy. I got beat by him.
Oh my!
I mean, that's how lazy I am. They gonna have me again. They gonna have me again.
Oh, odds are it will.
Well, I'll tell you what. This guy's got a team mobilized.
All he does is Prater's licking his lips.
I'm not going to ask Jason to. I don't want to. In case I lose, I don't want to tarnish him. You know?
Okay. Well,
So
I'm gonna tell you right now.
I'm not going to bring him into this.
Whenever I beat you, I want a picture of me shirtless hanging up in AP prep.
oh my God. Well, I'll tell you what.
A 4x8 banner.
My question for Prater is why can't he secure 100% of Scott Massey's business?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, where's the gap in what he's doing over there?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I wanted to bring Scott in. Didn't want to bring him in, but one topic that I wanted to talk with him. I think you'll appreciate this. You weren't here for this, but obviously the man is. We determined earlier, maybe even top 5 employers.
Oh, no question.
No, I don't. I was probably maybe top 20 or so.
In the county,
Just by size.
Yeah.
But I mean,
like
he employs as many people as Speyside does.
Oh, yeah, I'd say.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know
His
those stats.
guys are out on the field.
How many space I have?
I think they're at 190.
Okay, yeah, we're right.
Is that what
yeah.
Turner said that time?
But you've got them in,
something like
in
150 to 180.
and you've got them in multi-states,
Yeah,
right, Scott?
yeah,
But now, like, are most of your people local, or
Probably half would be local and
Okay.
half would be not local.
But we wanted to talk about his, like, let's say, one thing, a lot of dads watch this show, or a lot of parents,
absolutely.
watch our show.
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
And he and I were talking about, right now, the especially here, that is a major opportunity here to come to work for Geiger Brothers.
What?
In small town America, you are a major type of employer for this area.
Yeah, skilled trades.
Skilled trades.
Yeah, well,
trade is a
and
big
here's
deal.
what
When I drive to Columbus, I drive to Columbus 2 or 3 times a week. There is a stream of cars that either I'm driving by or they're driving by me. Got high vis on, and
They're heading up.
heading to town. This morning, 4:30 a.m., I run into Chuck Meadows at Speedway.
Yeah.
He's on his way.
So
to Columbus.
we're talking skilled trade jobs.
Yep, absolutely. He's a superintendent for a company up there, and but it's a stream of cars, and they all come from this area. I mean, not all. There's a lot of craft people that come from Southern Ohio that drive to Columbus every day.
We were talking about the road to get there,
or work around here.
So we, like I want Scott to kind of like if you were, let's in a few years you and I are going to have children that are going to be entering the workforce or college.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing: if you and I have made the decision. So have you, Scott. We love this area. We like living here, you know. And I mean, when you look at where can a guy go and get a living wage job,
Yep.
and stay local, like you offer one of the few opportunities in this area.
There's multiple contractors around here that do the same thing. I don't, Geiger, obviously, Stockmeister, Bryn Mawr. There's a lot of them in this area that.
So if
that
you were
provide
a freshman or sophomore in high school,
What
right
pathway?
well, I think the first thing the kid.
now, or if you're a parent of a freshman or
Well, I
sophomore
think
in high school,
as a parent or as the kid, I mean, if you have mechanical aptitude, right?
well, basically, so what you're saying, mechanical aptitude? Are you saying?
So there's a test that you would take, at school to show what kind of mechanical aptitude you have.
What does that mean, Scott?
Well,
Like,
it
are we
means that you
talking
can make
engineering,
things-
or are we talking like good
No,
with your hands?
With your hands.
Oh, okay.
So if you're a dad, if you're me or Chad here in a few years, whenever they get into junior high, you're going to have a pretty good idea on whether or not old Junior's a dipshit or not.
Yeah,
I'm-
for all my kids, it was evident at an early age what their interest was, right? And it's transferred all the way to where they're at now. It's not really changed that much.
You
So
could see
Colin
it.
wanted to be in the military.
So I don't think I told the story last time. In 5th grade, the TAG program had them write a letter to their future selves, right?
Okay.
This was Jenny Williams did this.
Oh yeah.
And and then what they do is that letter, then she keeps it and then she mails it to him
Oh man.
when they're a senior.
that's
The
cool.
week when
Yeah,
they
yeah.
graduate, they mail him the letter, right? So we had no idea that they did this, right? So we get this
Right.
letter.
Oh, that was great.
Open it up, and he wants to be a Navy SEAL, right? He wants to be in the military.
Wow, dead on.
I mean, it was
Just all loaded up.
it was
military.
exactly with what his interest was, right? And that
yeah.
was when he was
10.
5th grade,
That's
fourth
unreal.
or 5th grade, and
Yes, he's
I don't
probably
know.
11 or 12 years old.
Because Chad and we had this conversation
So
earlier.
I don't know
yeah.
if she still does that, or she's still involved in the program or not, or if they
She
still do
is.
that.
She is. My
Okay.
daughter's there right now.
So, but what I'm saying is, kids get it. I mean, they kind of know at an early age what their interest is.
Well, see,
right?
I didn't know. I had no clue. I mean, well, the only thing, there was a big joke back whenever I was playing ball. It was, or in high school, it was, hey, Pudge, what'd you get on the ACT? And it was, well, AP Green didn't ask.
Yeah.
So I was planning on going to AP Green,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I mean, now it's not even there.
Yeah. Well, Scott, you and I talked about the last time he was on there. Like, we were talking about, I was a guy that really struggled with what I wanted to do, man. Like,
Yeah,
it didn't come clear to me.
So, like, if you're that kid, rather than going down that path, if you're that parent that has a kid right now, and
So if you're a parent that sees a kid out there who's working on his 4-wheeler or working on his motorcycle and is taking stuff apart and obviously has some mechanical aptitude, then maybe that's where his interest lies.
yeah, maybe not send him to Walmart Tire Lube and Oil to go to work. Maybe start gearing him towards this skilled trade.
Yep.
Well, like, what
Or
do you
her.
think, Scott? Like, would you advocate for like a vocational school?
Well, I
or
think it
something
needs
like
to be
that?
part of the program. Yeah, I think that needs to be part of it.
So if a guy comes to you, like, and he's a sophomore or 20 years old, and he went to a vocational school, does that mean anything to you?
Oh, absolutely. They may have had welding classes. He may have already had some welding certifications. It's easy for us to take that person, get them into an apprenticeship school. We're a union contractor.
Yeah.
Not everybody, has that labor philosophy. We happen to. So they go through a 5-year apprenticeship school, but the apprenticeship school gives them their own aptitude test, right? Because they only may take 15, 20 kids. So they have to score very, very high on it. And then, because that, history shows that they're the most successful in the trade. But if you're a parent,
So if you enter the apprenticeship, how do you get in the apprenticeship?
so you apply, right?
Where?
It depends on what kind
What
of
union?
trade.
Yeah.
Well, like, do
So-
they have to have a job with you first?
No.
you don't have to endorse them.
No, I can help get them in.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't do it every time, but I do have a little bit of influence. But we have plumbers and pipe fitters. We have iron workers,
Okay.
carpenters, operators, laborers, electricians now, but the kid will know, or the parent should know fairly at a young age where their interest is, and if that's what they want to do, that's a great skill to have. I mean, it's a great living to
Oh yeah.
We've got guys. The apprenticeship program's typically 5 years for like plumbers, iron workers, electricians.
It's a brutal 5 years, and it seems like a very long time. I had a good friend of mine, Josh Ross, went through the plumbers and pipe fitters, and I remember whenever he was an apprenticeship, he made like $8 an hour.
Yeah.
So there's like a gradual increase.
Yeah, you're talking
in
25
pay.
years ago. But
Yeah, you start at 50% of scale. So right now that would be around $16 an hour.
yeah. That was 25. He was like at 8 or 9. You were like, dude, you're driving to Portsmouth 2 days a week, and you're only making this. But I mean, 2 days a week, you're taking class.
Yeah.
For 5 years though. That's it.
Yeah. But once you get through it, once you put your time in,
5 years.
we've got guys making six figures.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
and I mean, you're always going to have a job, dude.
And they have health insurance, right?
Yeah.
And they've got a pension, right?
And that's all through the union.
That's all through the union. Okay. Yeah. And I'm not. I don't want to sound like I'm, because there's different avenues, right? You don't have to. There's contractors that are open shop, or merit based, and there's contractors that have chosen to be union, right? Which we have.
Yeah.
Either way works.
Not a wrong answer.
Not a wrong answer. Not a wrong
Now,
answer.
do you guys employ like machinists and
Nope,
stuff like that?
nope.
You guys don't do that.
Nope.
Okay.
Typically, we'll use a local machine shop, whether it's Montgomery or whoever, to do what kind of machine work we do. Okay. But I don't think people realize the kind of living you can make. I mean, right now, the base rate for plumber and pipe fitter is around $35 an hour. Okay, that doesn't include their fringe package. That doesn't include their health and welfare. That doesn't include their pension. That's on their check.
Wow.
It's on their checks. That's a
it's $1,200.
$1,300
Yep.
a week income.
Yep.
That's a 70,000,
Yep.
62,000.
Then we pay
$20.
about $25 in fringes for health and welfare, for pension, vacation, industry fund, some other things. So I've got guys that have been
So
with
is the
us.
pension through you or the hall?
The pension, we contribute to the pension. The local hall manages the pension.
So do you, Scott? Do you have any influence then over what those union members make?
No, so we
For
negotiate.
you, or okay.
We negotiate with, so the contractors in the area will negotiate with that union on wage. It's about every 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we try and set a package.
But then they're paid through the union. You pay the union.
No, we pay the person.
The wage
The
that's
wages.
negotiated.
We pay the fringes to the union.
Okay.
Yeah, because every hour that they work goes into their retirement.
Yeah, so every hour they work, we pay them $35 an hour on their check. Rounded. I'm just being rounded.
Right.
And about $25 goes to their union.
And so that's just the
So
model.
our cost for a man hour is about $60 an hour.
Yes, and that's just one model.
Right, that's one
of doing
model,
that.
and there's
that's the model you guys.
that's
have
what we
chosen.
chose.
But there are some people that are probably non-union.
Non-union and are
There's
just
traveling guys in the hall.
Yep,
that,
yep. There's no right answer. But if you have a, I would suggest if you're a parent and you see your kid out there tearing stuff apart,
Or building a barn or
whatever, I
Chicken
mean, it's
coop.
something you need to take notice of, and maybe that's what they.
I've always said that was my biggest downfall was I came out of high school and I didn't know. I can remember wanting to be in the insurance business and had no clue on what that road was to get there.
Right.
And I can remember being in Athens and getting tired of the factory life and being like, man, I think I can
You
sell
know,
insurance.
the thing that I think about, like, when I look at like trades and skilled labor, like particularly now, and maybe I'm completely off base and wrong, but I feel like a lot of people don't know what's involved with that, or what they don't look at that as a viable option.
I think it's
That's
turned.
out
I
there.
think it's turned the corner. I think we went through a period of time where, and I'm just as guilty as anybody, right? That got to go to college, right?
Oh yeah, right.
And it was kind of, I don't want to say looked down on, but it wasn't the benefits weren't talked about a lot.
Right, right. Like, yeah, and you're absolutely right. It's not that it was ever looked down upon.
No, never.
But like what I think is the calculus that's not figured in for a lot of kids is, okay, college is going to come with a certain amount of debt. Yeah. And what is your return on that investment going to be versus if I'm not a guy that really likes going to school and doing that thing, like maybe I'm more mechanically inclined. Why take on debt?
Why take on
to get a
$80,000 in debt?
when I could go and make money doing? I mean,
so that college kid's somebody's going to spend $150,000, $200,000, right?
Yeah.
Over the course of 4 or 5 years.
oh,
right?
absolutely.
So the person that goes right into a trade, or goes right into a job,
Debt zero, bud.
doesn't have 200,000. Now he's maybe making 50, 60, whatever that number is.
At that point in
At
time.
that point. Right. So in his 4 years or her 4 years, they've made $250,000, right?
You spent.
It's hard not to. It's hard for
That's a $400,000 net swing.
That's a swing, dude. That's a big swing.
And then if you get out and you don't have a degree that is wanted or is is competitive,
desired, or
right?
like there's nothing specific.
Maybe you don't find a job right away.
I called a guy today. Somebody called me, wanted to know if I knew anybody that was interested in a position that they had open. And they said, did you know anybody? And I said, matter of fact, I do. And I said, I got this guy. I said, he'd be great. And I called him up and I said, I won't mention his name, but I said, hey, you interested in this job? Are you still looking for a job? He goes, oh yeah, man, what you got? I said, well, I got, it's this job. It's not with me. It's with somebody else. And pays like 30, some thousand, high ends of that. And I said, if you're interested, and he said, yeah. And I said, what are you doing now? And he said, I'm trimming trees. And I said, oh, okay. I said, you're probably doing okay.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, do you have a degree? He said, yeah. And I thought, man, alive. I thought, you're sitting there with
here's
a
the
degree,
thing.
and that's what around here.
That was the point I was getting ready to make.
Yeah.
Is I think there's a lot of kids that are coming out of school right now. And listen, man, I am not by any means degrading a college education. For God's sake, no, that's not what I'm saying.
Me either.
But I think there's a lot of guys that are coming out and they're like, man, is this the job market? Yeah. Like, all right, I've just invested, to your point, $250,000 or whatever into this, and I got to start out at 25 or 32 or and they're thinking, geez, man, that's a long climb.
Yeah.
And it's like,
why is the education worth more than the profession?
Yeah.
You're right, and it depends on the kid, right? I mean,
if you'd have went 5 years,
and I've got two kids that are exact opposite, right? I got Logan, who's very academically inclined, right? He's in engineering school at Ohio State.
Yeah.
That was the right path for him, right? Colin, he just wasn't geared academically, so he didn't. Not that he wasn't smart,
but work ethic wise, very high driven.
Yeah, wasn't that he wasn't smart. He just wasn't interested in being in school. So the interesting thing, I don't know that a lot of people know this, is where he's in the military. If he gets out, obviously he has a GI Bill, right?
Sure.
That he can use.
Yeah.
So you can use a GI Bill in a trade. And here's how that would work.
I didn't know that. I thought
here's how that would work. So, for example, if he would go and he would get in the ironworkers local or the plumbers and pipe fitters local, he comes in as a first-year apprentice, right, at 50% of scale, right? So what the GI Bill does is it makes up the difference between that
the 50%
and the
full
journeyman
scale.
rate.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
So he never takes a hit.
Boy, that is something
So
that
not a
people
lot-
should
He still
know.
has to go through the apprentice school.
He goes to the apprentice school, but he never takes it. He gets paid journeyman from day one.
From day one.
So he gets paid $15 from the contractor,
Yep.
right?
And then $15.
And then $15 from the
Or
GI
20.
Bill.
Now, do you think a lot of the guys in the armed forces are aware of that and are taking advantage of it?
I think it's starting to be more and more
yeah.
prevalent because they've got all the unions across the nation have what they call a helmets to hard hats program.
Yeah.
So they recognize the men and women that are in uniform. Hey, probably are a pretty good fit for for what we want to do.
Sure.
They're used to structure, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
They're going to learn. So they get first preference in apprenticeship schools.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
they've got, it's called helmets to hard hats.
Well deserved. I mean, that's
and they can
awesome.
use that GI Bill so that they never take that hit. They come right out and they make journeyman scale.
Well, these guys that just came through with the pipeline, a lot of those guys are union guys, and I'd say a lot of those guys are probably $200,000 a year guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to
Their per diem package is friggin'
I talked to a foreman that was telling me he put $140,000 last year in his retirement.
Yeah.
And I was like, shit.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, that's pretty good for, I mean, you know, for what that is. I mean, but
And the pipeline business is sort of hot and cold, you know. When
it's cold now.
Yeah.
It was hot. Now it's cold.
But yeah, there's you know, and like I say, you know, I talk about the apprenticeship schools, you know, with respect to, you know, being a union contractor. The same thing can be done, you know, for those who don't have that labor
Sure.
philosophy. So
We just paid off all the wife's student loans.
yeah,
That was, man, I've
you
been
should have
with
waited. They're going to get forgiven, probably.
Probably. They probably are.
I'm gonna be so pissed off. I won't go there. We're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
We're not. Gonna
They very well might, though, won't they?
I think they clearly will. And then, you know, which way I can argue that either way.
Hey, it's good. Yeah, me
Yeah,
too.
I can
Me
argue
too.
that
You know
either
what?
way.
I'm all in. I mean,
So,
you know what? Forgive it.
I guess we only. I think at the end of the day, we only owed her. She only owed 17. Is what is not at the end, but now here
Well,
we
but
are.
you know what?
She's in year 14 and still at 17.
Teachers are a perfect example
Oh,
of
yeah.
somebody that should get that relief. I mean, you know, they paid a lot of money to get that degree, and then, you know, the commensurate salary you get as a teacher is not bad. It's a good wage down here with what we're doing, but I mean, they put in some time and
Man,
debt.
my wife is. She's. I don't know how your wife is. We don't talk about this much. Man, what grade's Melissa teach? Third, fourth. Mindy's a kindergarten teacher. Man, I tell you, and I feel bad. I mean, so she went to Disney World last week, and I stayed at the house and did everything, you know. And I thought, man, she does a lot. And I mean, she comes home from work and she's just whipped.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but she's a kindergarten teacher, and she's got 24
Well, they
of
all
them
are, dude.
with
And-
no aid.
Well, dude, and the thing is, like they put in a lot of extra.
Oh, now
They make sure that they don't.
She was in there 3 hours on Sunday.
Well, and they make
You know,
make sure that none of their kids go without.
Oh yeah,
I mean, you know,
that's what you get in a small town, though.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
it's-
and you know, but
But I'm saying that, I mean, they are mentally like that is a very now, you know, she can't help the fact, or she can't help the fact, but she works here. There's other opportunities that are out there in teaching.
oh sure, yeah.
You know, but I think that the forgiveness thing should be looked at in these areas first.
Oh,
because you're kind of
nursing, teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're capped kind of.
You're capped. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, hey, look, me, don't feel sorry for me.
Yeah,
Whatever.
me neither.
You know,
I can sell
like,
anywhere. Yep.
Hey, wherever, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm in control of my income. You know, but like, hey, if you're a teacher, dude, like if you've been here this many years, then this is what you get paid,
Yep.
and that's what you do.
Yep.
And, you know, so like and what I'm saying is those people worked hard, and they're a very valuable piece of our future and everything else. But like, you know, they get paid what they get paid, but like they're going into the same $250,000 of debt
Yeah.
as everybody else, or as some that go to college. Yeah.
It's interesting how this, you know, just all these careers, and they've all majorly changed. Just like the doing. I mean, I'm not trying to get on local shit, but just like the whole here recently with the schools, and they had a spring break, and then the days got cut short. I said, if you need a vote, here it is. I don't know why there's any more snow days. We should be fully equipped to go remote. I mean, I don't know why.
With you.
Yeah. It's just crazy how just careers are changing, and I mean, you're seeing less and less focus on college.
Well, and what's really tough?
Now there's gonna be people be like, "Oh, you can't have college."
Bring it on,
Yeah,
bring it
come
on. Hey, listen.
There's I mean, it just depends.
If that's what you want to do,
depends on
your career. I don't need college. You know, you don't need college.
No,
You went to college, didn't you? Yeah. Where'd you go, Ryan?
Are you?
We're just a bunch of college boys.
Huh? Yeah. Jeez. Well, you did go to college. All you guys
yeah,
did.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I did. Hell, I could be a nurse in 6 months. Can you imagine me as your nurse? You old geriatric prick. Can you imagine
Thank God,
that?
thank God. Just sell me insurance.
Yeah. Can you imagine that if I was your nurse?
Just
Come in
sell
there.
my life.
Hey,
Just
fat
take-
ass.
Just
roll
take,
over.
Just take care of Kayla when I pass away.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, but you are seeing less and less focus down here. I don't know why. I was telling Dad, I've got 2 nephews that are 15, and I said, Dad, what do they want to do? And he really didn't know, and they really haven't talked about it much. Now, they come from a great family, and they'll figure it out. But I was like, man, I said, I'm going to be real adamant on Gibson, knowing he can change it. I'm not saying that he's got to go into it and do it, but I mean, we're going to have a path to get to somewhere by age 15.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
And I mean, the thing is, just like what Scott was saying, like he had 2 sons that looked at things completely differently as far as their future.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think that you just got to be in tune with
Your kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, some kids, they're smart as hell, but they're like, hey, man, this school thing, I just don't like it.
I didn't like
That's
it.
not the way my brain works, And so
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I mean, what I look at is anything I did in school does nothing for me now.
It truly doesn't. Truly doesn't.
I didn't.
Well, you two talked about the last time how you guys kind of dicked off there for a while.
Oh,
I was a
my.
hot mess.
Yeah. I was still dicking off. I dicked off up to
I should have known. Like
I-
now, I would be able to identify with a guy. I'd be like, dude, you're likely going to wind up in sales of some. I mean, some sort of business development, some sort of. You know what, man? Just chill out, get it done. Yeah, and then
I was talking to Randy Kennedy today.
yeah.
Our old boy Randy, and he had a great point, and I'm there. I'm there right now. I told him, I said, Randy, I said, it's so great that I'm going through this with you at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I'm 40. I'll be 40 here in a couple weeks. And I said,
He's so old, Scott.
I say old and fat. That's a bad combination.
old and fat.
Shit, he'll be. I mean, he's not long for the
What the
earth.
f-
Make
what-
sure every time you tell him goodbye, tell him you love him. Yeah.
But Randy
Well,
said,
Jason Brown will start cruising your.
oh, I told him he's
around your
eating good.
house.
I told him he's eating good the other day. I saw him at the funeral home the other night.
He stops by every now and then.
Does
Just
he?
and step.
Oh, just swings by.
And I'm just like, dude, what do you mean?
Hey,
Is he
what's
like
this
a
supposed to
vulture?
mean?
Is he a crow?
I go, I'm going to Gillum. I'm going. Just stop hanging.
It's like, hey, I've
stop
already
hanging
talked to
around.
David, dude.
Yeah.
Just get the hell away from me.
Yeah, exactly. Tell him
He'll
that.
send me occasionally. He'll send me a text, want to know how I'm doing. Hey, I was thinking about you
He's
today. And I'm like,
recruiting.
you're recruiting or what,
Yeah,
dude?
get lead service. That's a lead service.
Yeah. He's thinking, hey, man.
I think I told him that last time I saw him. I go, I think you got like 5 or 6 kids. Did you
Yeah.
eat one? I mean,
I love it. There's nothing better than just roasting Bucky's ass.
Well, he takes to it pretty good.
He does.
Oh, he's-
We was just standing here
He'll
with
feed it right back.
he does feed it.
Vince Jenkins. You probably don't know Vince, but do you remember Vince? He was my age. Hell
Sort of.
ball player.
Yeah.
He
Matt's
came,
younger brother.
yeah,
Okay.
he
All right.
came down for the viewing this week, and so me and him was standing over there, and Monkey comes over, and we're talking. This guy comes over and he goes, boy, he said, Vince, you still look in shape. It's a nice family moment, when everybody's there. And I said, yeah, but look at Monkey. And then Monkey just looked at me like, God, you're a prick. I said, Monkey's eating good, ain't he?
Oh, my.
Yeah.
He called me. I don't know. It's probably been 2 months ago. It was about 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. We had just gotten back from moving Logan back in, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I said, "Hey, just got back from Columbus." And he said, "I'm sitting out here with Frazier, and we're drinking some bourbon, and you need to come out." And I was like, "Well, one.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm done." This is like 9:30.
That's what you said tonight.
9:30. Last time I was here, I was telling Tyler, fell down the damn stairs, right?
We've never either one been so scared.
And
That did not sound good, Scott.
well, dude.
Yeah.
And then had COVID 2 days later.
Yeah.
So it was just a bad experience.
Man, I remember I was
It's going to go better this.
I was playing music whenever you text me and said I'm positive, and I was like, man, I was this close to you, and I'm right.
He texted me. We better go get tested.
But the next day we went and got tested.
we
I'm
did.
playing music, and I mean, it was a freaky thing. It was like, what do you do?
It was over Thanksgiving, and I told you, I go, tell Chad, because I don't want you guys around your parents, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
whatever.
we went. Got tested. Hey,
Yeah.
clean as a whistle.
Clean as a whistle. I think whiskey makes you.
But anyway, got out there at 9:30 for one. Right.
What time did you get home?
Kayla come and got me at 3.
Oh yeah.
Actually, she came out at midnight.
Fraser's bad about that.
Now was Monkey saying like, now Scott?
Oh, he was going on because
He's like, do you have COVID now? Like, I mean, hey.
he was going on about his corner position, his assistant corner position.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's why Monkey texted me the other day and he said me and Fraser's going down I think he's going down to his Tennessee cabin or something.
Yeah, going down to kill a bear.
And I was like, well, how'd you and Fraser get to be big buddies? Because I mean, I've been buddies with Ted a long time, and I was like, and then now I'm just hitting me corner.
Yeah. So we're sitting there drinking bourbon, and Fraser's phone rings. I don't think he'll mind me telling the story.
He won't, man.
He flips his phone over, and hits accept and speaker. It's fucking Cardell Jones.
Yeah.
Calling him, asking him to. He wanted to. He goes, "Hey, does Jason have that video of us trying to kill that bear?" Which was at Jason's Tennessee cabin.
Yeah.
And they can tell the story better than I can.
Yeah, well, he texted me something about this.
And Ted's like, well, he's sitting right here, know. And so Jason sent him the video. The video is absolutely hilarious. Fraser's got his hand out the door with a piece of pizza, just dropping pizza out to this bear,
trying to bring it in.
The thing's in the doorway, up on 2 legs, right? And Fraser's asking Jason, can I take it out? Jason's like, not in the damn door.
I don't think that's. Yeah, I know.
Don't shoot it in the house.
Yeah. That's phenomenal.
I cried laughing that night. I
was wondering what the big Cardell Jones.
What kind of bourbon did you go with?
We were drinking Blanton's. Yeah, we were drinking Blanton's.
Fraser likes the Blantons, doesn't he?
Does.
Yeah, he likes the Blantons.
Well, I'll tell you what, though.
He sent me. He must have a Blanton's in because he sent me a text the other night that said.
Wasn't know if you needed any.
Wasn't know if I wanted green, black, or gold label, and I go, I guess one of each. If you're getting.
Now,
it.
are you a Blanton's guy?
I am. It's got a little caramel taste aftertaste for me. I kind of like it.
And I'm sorry, Ted. Everybody else now, you're probably going to look down on me on this.
I think I know where you're going with this.
I don't think Blanton's is that good.
A lot of true whiskey
I find it hot, and I think it
is hot.
Guys get bottled up in wanting the Blanton's thing, and they buy for all the different horses and all that different shit.
Agree.
They want every one of them.
I got 'em.
They line their walls. Yeah.
I got 'em.
Yeah. Everybody does it. And I would argue
that it's not that good a whiskey.
Jesus, I'd rather have.
I think.
Okay, now this is going to be hot. I'd rather have a glass of Buffalo Trace.
I would too. I like Buffalo Trace better than Blanton's.
There's no way. I just like.
Have you had Buffalo Trace?
It's got a little caramel aftertaste, which I particularly like.
So is Blanton's your favorite?
It probably
No,
is.
wait a minute. Okay.
Oh my God, Scott!
So you're saying if we throw down
Elijah Craig, maybe
a bottle
a rye.
of you like ryes? I
like
think
a
they're
rye.
hot. Well, then that's probably why you like Blanton's.
Yeah.
Yeah, because ryes are a little hot. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to bring you in for a taste test.
I think you need to bring Fraser in here.
Well, we've had him.
We've
before.
had him in
Okay.
here.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know
But
if
he
he'd do
doesn't
that.
want to talk about that all.
Yeah.
I mean, he'll talk about it offline.
I shouldn't probably ruin his political career by.
Well,
That's
it
all
was
I'm
Joe Frazier.
It's all right. It's all right. Hey, he's a friend of the program.
Yeah,
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it was just so
He's here as
hilarious
long as he was
because
to be.
the video is hilarious, and he turns it around, and Cardell's hiding behind the door, right?
That's hilarious, dude.
Because he doesn't want to be around the bear.
oh my God.
It's good stuff.
How long we been, Tyler?
About 110.
About 110. That's about where we need to be.
All right, brother.
All right, we're gonna get you back.
You good?
Hey, I'll see you June 1st, fat ass. Yeah. Man, your hands are even fat.
Oh my God.
I think it's that Jackson Sideliners. Is that the official?
Yeah.
Jackson Sideliners.
Man, you're going to make.
Should we chalk that up now?
You're going to make so
buy
many
something.
kids happy.
Buy
Buy something with it.
The underprivileged children this year that are going to have Christmas because of you is unbelievable. Yeah. So
Hey, don't
guys,
forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Chubby Bartender's YouTube channel. We got some shorter clips out there.
Oh, yeah.
Got some cigar reviews, and we'll be coming out with our weekly music. I have some big news on that I need to tell you.
Oh, do you?
Yes.
Got some good,
I have
good
some,
music?
I have some big news about that. So, hey, hit the like and subscribe. We'll see you next time. See you.
Cheers.